Hello. I want to do this video about either it's either how y'all feel about either laughter or anger, because a lot of times we come across as really angry, and you can still be angry, but you can maintain that laughter, you can maintain your happiness, you know, and still get shit done. It doesn't mean you have to give up with your anger or start laughing in people's faces and just kind of pretending like you really like you actually care about these people, or you just being phony for them. And ultimately what I mean is that sometimes you got to use a little finesse. Whether when you're out and about in the world, you don't have to be angry at everything. You don't have to be, you don't have to be racist. You don't have to be racist. Yeah, I know the shit that's going on in the world. You know, I know there's some shit going on in the world, and black men and black women have every right to be upset about it. I'm upset about it. But when it comes to getting things done, you have to choose between anger or, you know, or happiness. Anger or happiness. And ultimately you're gonna get a lot more done by being happy, by at least being able to laugh, being able to, black men, that's probably why we watch a lot of comedies and shit. We watch a lot of comedies because our fucking lives are stressful than a motherfucker, man. And we watch a lot of comedy, because when these comics come to town, we be ready to go down there and see them because it gives you a few minutes of rest before you to get your mind completely off of the fuckery that's going on out here in this world. And I want black men to understand that you're gonna be able to get a whole lot more done with laughter than you're gonna be able to get done with anger. You can still be angry, but you have to learn how to play this game, man. You have to play this game with finesse, man. You cannot go out there with angry. You could stare your enemy dead in the face and actually fucking get money out of him. It all depends on your attitude. It all depends on your attitude, man. You can't go out here in this world. We know, just like the Asian man, when two delegates get together, they from different countries or two, they get together and they know that they're enemies. They know that they're enemies, but they shake hands. They laugh, they tell jokes. They make it look real good for the cameras and everything. But ultimately they know that they're enemies. Before a war gets started, they usually try to talk about it, talk it out first. They usually go to the table, they talk it out, they try to laugh it up, joke it up. They have some beers and some whatever they drinking, or whatever. But black men, I'm telling you something very, very, very important, and that is to, we got to use more finesse with our shit, man. We got to use a lot more finesse with the way we come out of the gate, man. You don't put your cards out on the table like that. You don't put, when you playing poker, you don't show someone your hand, you know. And that's why I kind of laugh and joke in my videos. 'Cause, I'm dead serious about the shit that I'm saying, but I'm gonna laugh it up and I'm gonna make the shit funny and make it comical for everybody. So I kind of want to keep it light. I don't want to make it. I don't want to make it too serious. Because ultimately, that's game. You don't want people to take you seriously. You want people to think you're a joke. To the very second, to the last second, to when you fucking strike, man. That's when motherfuckers know. That's when people find out that you're serious. You never let somebody know you're serious. Ultimately, you want them to think that you're a big fat joke. You want them to think that you're, don't take you seriously. You want people to not take you seriously for as long as possible. For as long as possible, man. Don't put all your cards on the table. I mean, if you listen to my videos and you hear the things that I say, I'm not putting all of my cards out on the table. I'm not putting, I mean, if I'm giving you all this information, you cannot even imagine what I really got going on. If I'm just blurting out information to you and giving you, little bits and pieces, and I'm laughing and I'm joking, and I'm giving y'all some good deep stuff, man. I'm giving y'all some things that y'all can take into your communities and do some things with, and hopefully we can connect on a grand level, a grand scale one day. I want brothers to do what they got to do right now this second, because I don't think we have time to waste. We don't have time to waste. We don't have time to sit around. We don't have time to think. We don't have time to discuss anything. We don't have time to, do anything. We just have to, know your enemy. Just because you have an enemy doesn't mean you have to hate your enemy. Don't go in there with hate. You got to know how to negotiate. You got to know how to get things done. You're gonna have enemies in the world, but it doesn't always have to come down to violence. It doesn't always have to come down to that violent act. You can get a lot of stuff done. I mean, if it does come down to that violent act, you want to be prepared for that. But you never want to go in with lead in. That's like, you going into the fight with your chin out. You don't want to go into a fight with your chin out. You want to keep your chin tucked in. Oh man, never let nobody see your hand, black man, until the last second, until he's already on his ass. Then he know where you coming from, But I was talking about laughter or anger. Laughter or anger. We gotta have more finesse about our shit, man. We are very fucking angry. We are angry, but it's gonna take a very special kind of individual to get this thing, to get these things going right, man. My goal is to move out of this motherfucker, man. To get out of this country. That's my goal. I don't know what everybody else's goal is, but my goal is to get out of this country. But I don't want to leave this country without having some I don't want to leave this country without leaving something to the brothers, some roots. I want to get this American money as long as I can get it, and I want to get this fucking I want to convert that money out. I want to just keep on doing that. But I do want to leave some foundations for brothers. Foundations can be replicated anywhere you go. Once you have the blueprint of how everything works, you can replicate it anywhere you go. But it takes time to get there, man. The average black man doesn't get this shit until he's like 30 years old. You know, when he turns, you know, he goes through his whole life. He might have to go to prison a couple times. You know, I mean, he might have some felonies on his record. He might have 4 or 5 baby mamas. You know, I mean, this is what it is. This is, you know, brothers sometimes have to take 20 steps backwards before they even get on, you know, on the right page. And that's because, you know, we don't have, there's no fathers in these homes. There's no fathers in a lot of these homes, man. And it's getting worse, man. It's getting worse. There's no fathers in these homes. There's no fathers in these homes, man. And these children are not learning what they need to learn at a very young age. You know, and if you try to tell that to the black woman, you know, I've told this to plenty of black women, and when you tell them this shit, you know, when you tell it to them, they're like, you know, they won't say nothing. They'll just be like, yeah, you know, they'll listen, but they're not gonna do a damn thing. That's the problem. They're not gonna do nothing. I mean, they can sit there and they can hear you making sense, and a lot of them agree with it. But when it comes down to it, they're not going to do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. They're the weaker sex, the weaker vessel. They can only do what they've been doing, which is fucking whine, bitch, complain, and shame you motherfuckers to death, which has not got her nowhere. Obviously, her approach is fucked up. You know, at the same time, the black woman thinks that she could raise these children all by herself, man. When are they gonna stop thinking this, man? When is this gonna stop? You know, I don't know, man. The government needs to change. The government needs to change, or black men need to provide a better solution, man. A way better solution. A way better solution, man. Way better solution, man. Way better, man. Another thing is, we can't afford to live in fear, man. We can't afford to live in fear. I know that, you know, there's dangers around every corner. Yes, there are dangers around every corner. But we can't afford to live in fear, man. We gotta put ourselves on the line, man. We gotta put ourselves on the line. All of us. You know. I don't understand. I mean, I understand, you know, a lot of people are set in their ways and they're comfortable, and, you know, but it's hard. I mean, for these kids, they don't have shit. So they feel like they don't got shit to lose. They don't have nothing to lose. You know, and if the government really wanted to put a stop to it, they would make sure these kids had opportunities. But they obviously, this is what they want. This is what they want. You know, because if they really wanted to stop this shit, they could have stopped it a long time ago. They could have just decided that we're going to do the right thing. We're going to do the right thing, man. We fucked these people over long enough. We're going to do the right thing. You know, we know the truth. We know we have a lot to be angry and upset about. You know, you got to understand that these children, I mean, we understand this as black men, but if for anyone else who might be listening in, you know, these children have nothing to lose, man. They're being miseducated. They're being miseducated. They're being taught that they're less from an early age. And they're going to reject that bullshit. You're not going to tell these children that they're less. You're not gonna feed that shit to them because they know better. I mean, black people have always known who they were. They've always known better. Anytime a motherfucker told them, anytime someone told a black person that they couldn't do something, did that ever stop them from trying to go out there and do it? No, they were still trying to do it. Because they knew they were good enough. Period. So to keep telling people that they're not good enough, it's not going to work. It's a failed policy. Government needs to get off of that. That is not going to work out, as BGS said. That's not going to work. But ultimately, black men, when we go out here, we're doing our thing. We go out here, we're doing our thing. Just know that you don't have to be angry. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be upset. You shouldn't be angry. You have every right to be upset, but you're gonna have to play this game so smoothly, man. You're gonna play this game so very well. You're gonna play this game so well, man. I'm telling you. You got to understand some things. You never show people your hand. Don't show people your hand, man. Brothers need to know what's out there. Brother, we have 1,000 videos telling brothers what's going on out here. But when we go out into this world, Ibmor brothers got to connect with each other. We got to put our knowledge together. We have vast amount of knowledge, and we need to sell it. We need to sell that knowledge. You can't give away the knowledge. We got plenty of stuff to give away that we've given away already. We need to start selling the knowledge because we need resources. We need to our rhetoric must be backed up with actual tangibles, and not just not on an individual level. That's another thing I wanted to discuss, is the fact that the coping mechanism, the king mentality coping mechanism. That's what I call it. The king mentality that black men have. It's like when the black man goes out there into the world, he instinctively knows that he's all by himself. So he has to. It's kind of like an animal who's by themselves. They have to. That animal, in order to protect itself, it has to puff its chest out, and it has to look tough and look hard and look scary. It has to do these things because that's how it protects itself. And a lot of these black men, they're not like that. They're not really like that. They just have to protect themselves. And it's like all black men are doing the same exact shit. So they're basically doing the shit to each other. They're poking out their chests to each other. That's what they're doing. They're poking out their chest to each other. They're trying to protect. It's like that peacock trying to get that female to notice it. So he ruffles up his feathers. And he tries to look, tough, and he talks tough. He acts tough. He has to damn near be ready to kill because he's all alone. He's all alone out here in this world, man. Instead of letting all that anger go and getting with other brothers, he's in fear. He's in fear of that he can't trust these brothers. Like the black man is going to betray him. We have all kinds of instances where black men have betrayed each other. We have all kinds of evidence of that happening. So brothers have that going on in their head. They have evidence of they got all kinds of evidence of betrayal going on. So black men, I just want y'all to when you see another brother doing that, you can't pay him no attention, man. You can't pay him no attention, man. Do not pay him any attention. Because eventually, if he's going to keep doing that, and when he sees that nobody is paying him any attention, he's going to stop doing that. He's going to have to stop doing that. Because he's like, damn, well, there's no reason for me to ruffle my feathers. Why am I ruffling my feathers and then nobody's really paying me no attention? Why am I poking my chest out for? Why am I poking out my chest? The most important thing black men have to learn is to talk to each other. It's a very hard thing, man, because with the king mentality has permeated our community. The king mentality. I've tried to work with a lot of black men. I've tried to work with some black men, and they were on the king mentality. Which is hard to get them. But if you kind of work on a job, with a bunch of black men, you're in a perfect environment to get these brothers on the same page. If you work around a bunch of black men, because then you can kind of talk to them without having to worry about them, without having to worry about the threat of violence. You can kind of talk to them without having it go into some bullshit. Because sometimes people, different personality types just don't mix. But when you're on the job, you usually don't have to worry about it coming to blows. Somebody might say something stupid to you, and then that'll be the end of it. You try to tell them something or whatever, they take it the wrong way. The most they gonna say, they might talk some shit, but it's not gonna come to any kind of blows or anything. You ain't gonna end up you trying to help a man, and then now you ended up fighting him. You know what I mean? Now you in a fight with the very men that you need to go out into that community and and build some shit. Build some shit, man. Build something, black man. Anyway, happiness, or I'm asking black men, happiness or anger? We gotta let this anger shit go. You can be angry, but it's the way you handle things cannot be in anger. You have to handle that shit very, very smart. You gotta understand that you gotta understand how these people are playing you. They're playing you, and then they're gonna be in the right because they didn't break any laws. They're gonna use that psychological bullshit on you. Y'all gotta learn how to counteract that shit. Cause black men could be, black men can become violent over very small stupid shit. And y'all cannot let people manipulate y'all like that. Do not let these people manipulate you. And do not show these people your hand. Do not show them anything about you. I could say a lot of stuff on these videos, but trust me, these people don't know my hand. They don't know what I'm doing. If I can think of all this stuff and just give it away for free, you You have no idea of the things that I've had to think out. You know, and maneuvers that I had to run. You know, I do believe that we're all we have. We're all we got. Black men, we're all we got. You're not getting anyone else. No, you're not getting no help from anyone else. No one else is coming to the rescue. No one else is going to help us. Anger or laughter, anger or happiness. You gotta choose, man. You gotta choose, man. Don't show your hand until the very last second. Then you go in there and, you know, lay them out before they even know that you was angry. You know, if that's what it comes to. It doesn't always come to that. A lot of things can be worked out. A lot of things can be worked out diplomatically. You gotta start thinking like a nation, like a unit. We have to move like a military unit, man. We have to move like a military unit. You have to maintain your composure. You understand? You know. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video alone. Please get on the 5 steps. Stop selling drugs. Stop smoking weed. Stop smoking cigarettes. Stop drinking alcohol. And stop committing crimes. You know, you do those things, you know, you take a lot of power. You know, black men do that on a collective level. They take a lot of power out of these people's hands. A lot of power. I mean, black people spend billions of dollars on shit they don't need every year. And we can't only blame the black woman for fucking spending up all her money on bullshit, but we're spending our money on bullshit too. Like Jordans and dumb shit. A lot of black men are spending their money on Jordans and dumb shit. You know? And there's no telling a lot of these brothers anything because they're kings. They're the king. And these women are going to continue to convince you that you're kings and not to work together. Don't work with him. You're a king. You don't need to work with anybody. Why you need to work with him? I don't trust him. That's what they're going to say. You got me, baby. You don't need to trust no other man. Why you going to trust another man for? You're going to get caught up. This is what black women have been feeding to her men and her sons. You know, don't let these women fool you, man. I'm not trying to demonize the black woman. I'm not trying to demonize the black woman. But the black woman is a child. Whether she's a grown woman or not, she's still a child. She's still, you know, she can fuck you over. That's the only difference. She's still a fucking child, but she's an adult that can fuck you over at a moment's notice, man. If you fall into her trap, you fall into the black widow spider's nest. She can fuck you over, major league. That's not what I want for brothers, you know. We can't be on this baby shit, man. We can't be on that. Black men, don't pay these brothers no attention when they're out here poking their chests out. No, you don't give them any attention, man. And you strike when they least expect it. Because a lot of these phony motherfuckers are gonna come at you funny. so So you might have to lay a couple of them out. You know what I mean? Just to be, but wait till the last second. Don't show your hand. Don't never show your hand to the last second till you laying them out. We have some specific enemies going on in the black community. We have very specific enemies in the black community. But you got to think about, man, we need to give up this fucking bullshit lifestyle. We need to stop chasing after what white people find to be successful. That's not our success. That's not the kind of success that we need as black people. We don't need that kind of success. We don't need the biggest house. We don't need that stuff. The white man's ice is not fucking colder. The white man's ice is gonna get you where it has got black women for the last 40 years. Which is fucking broke, fucking callous on her fucking feet, tired and out her fucking mind. Tired. The black woman is tired, man. You have no idea how tired these women are. I mean, a lot of you know, but you have no idea how tired these women are of doing this shit over and over and over again, and not getting any different results from the fucking bullshit. You have no idea how tired they are. You know, they're tired. They're tired. A lot of them don't see no other way. I'm not caping for them. I don't suggest any type of I don't suggest any black man putting themselves in a position where a woman can fuck them over. But I'm trying to tell you, these women are tired, man. These women are tired, man. They're tired. They are tired. They are fucking worn out. I'm surprised these chicks ain't committing mass suicides on some bullshit. Trying to keep up with men. Trying to keep up with men. You know, as black men, we can't be chasing after motherfucking big houses and cars and rims and shit. That's not our shit. That's not our shit, man. That is their shit. Let them have it. Let them have those fucking rims. Give that shit up, man. Keep your money in your pocket. Stack up your money. That's what it's about. It's not about the fucking fancy cars. And the rims. And the bullshit. If you just so happen to find you a good black woman, keep her fucking ass and don't fucking cheat on her. Keep her ass, stay loyal to her, and live a simpler life. If she's willing to live a simple life, if she understands, she understands that you're the man, that you're in control, that you and she can trust you. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to work out, but if y'all are insistent, I've talked to a lot of brothers and they are insistent on on allowing these women into their spaces. They are insistent on it, but this is just, that is just for the brothers who believe that they can find, they got a good woman or they can find a good woman or whatever. Shit, I don't know any. I haven't met too many in my lifetime good ass women like that. I just haven't met that many of them, man. And the society that we have in place is, it's like a pitfall. You know what I mean? One false move, and you put your trust in her, and all it takes is for her to get mad at your ass one day, and then you're screwed up. So you don't want that in your life. As black men, we don't need that. We need to let them have this shit though, man. We need to let them have this shit. You know what I mean? This is their shit. They want it. Let them motherfuckers have it. All you need to be concerned with is stacking up your fucking paper. Money is, you stack up your paper, start your own business. Get with some other brothers. It doesn't take a lot of brothers to start a business, man. I'm trying to tell you. It takes 5 brothers who trust each other. That's it. Who can each come up with $500. That's all it takes. Go down to the auto auction, buy some cars, fix those cars, flip those cars, go back to the auto auction, buy some more cars. Excuse me, I didn't mean to talk to brothers like that, but a lot of times when I'm speaking to a lot of brothers at once. I'm speaking to the spectrum. I'm speaking to the whole spectrum of black men. I'm speaking to black men who already know what time it is, and I'm speaking to black men who want to argue me down. You know what I mean? At the same time. So I don't know, man. Anyway, I hope that y'all getting something out of these videos. Let me know in the comment section. Get together with some brothers, man. Make shit happen, man. Make shit happen. But y'all gotta have a community, man. You gotta have a community first. A lot of times, some black men don't want to see other black men succeed because it's not helping them in any way. They're still gonna be down in the ghetto starving like Marvin. They're still gonna be down there doing whatever. They're still gonna be, trying to survive in the ghetto. So when they see a brother come up, they don't necessarily feel good about that. That's why you need a community. You got to bring brothers in and let brothers know that it's all about all of us. It's not about just me getting my money, me getting my paper. If that was the case, I wouldn't even be on these videos if I didn't care. But a lot of things have happened to me in my life, and I used to be wishing that, it continues to happen to me. A lot of times I don't have a lot of brothers to work with, because a lot of them are on different stuff. And it's hard to get them to come to the table as men, as just men. When you come to the table as men, you have to agree on something. Say, okay, we're going to go down to the auto auction. We all work at the same job. Within a month, there's no way that you can't come up with $500 in a month. So y'all, 5 brothers, go down to the auto auction and buy 5 car, or as many cars as y'all can get for what's that, 2,500? Yeah. So all y'all go down there and get as many cars as y'all can get. Sometimes there's cars down there for $600, and if you know a mechanic, you bring him into the fold. Or if somebody has to know a mechanic, one of y'all out of 5 brothers, nobody knows a mechanic. A brother who got his own garage somewhere, gotta know that. Gotta know somebody who has their own garage. Bring them into the fold. A lot of my videos, they tell you about little businesses that people can start. Like any of the brothers can start. Easy businesses that don't even cost a lot of money. Just requires them to do a little bit of work. Don't even cost a lot of money, man. I'm telling y'all, you gotta think community. Think community. Don't think about yourself. Because oftentimes when you're thinking about yourself, all you're thinking about is getting something to impress some women with. You're trying to impress them. You're trying to get, you're trying to get your car and you're trying to get yourself all fly for these women and trying to impress them. I mean, and it's gonna be way more impressive when you get. It's gonna be way more impressive when you have a community. That's way more impressive than having a car and a house. That's why a lot of these women don't respect black men as men, because black men do not act like men. A lot of them don't act like men. They don't act like men. See, this is what a man does. A man just says, okay, 5 men get together and they sit around and talk and they say, okay, on Friday we all gonna go down. We're gonna take $500 down to the auto auction and we're gonna see how many cars we can get. We're gonna take them down to Derek's car garage. I'm gonna call Derek tonight and I'm gonna tell him what we trying to do, and we're gonna try to bring him in the deal, see if he could work on the cars and not charge us a lot of money, because we're gonna pay him on the back end. Boom. Y'all make that decision, then y'all just go out there and do it. You have no idea how many times I've tried to do this with black men, and I mean, it took me literally months, and I mean, you don't have no idea how long it took me just to get black men on the same page that were willing to do that. We could have had 5 or 6 car lots by now. But instead, I'm spending a whole lot of time with black men. Well, I'm not putting my money in your hands. I'm not gonna put my money. I'm not gonna give you my money and then trust you to go down there because you might steal my money. This is why a lot of black men don't get any respect, because they're just so. I mean, a lot of them are just very petty, and a lot of times they just don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything, so they make up these kinds of excuses. They say, oh, well, I'm not gonna do that, because me and my girl, we gonna go down to there. Me and my girl gonna do that, and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? This is the type of stuff that I have to deal with when I try to get 5 black brothers on the same page. Which is why it's hard for black men to get respect, because they simply can't just say, okay, I mean, you go down to the car auction, you get as many cars as you can. Sometimes you don't even have to go down to the auto auction. You look in the newspaper, and there's deals. People need to get rid of their cars. You can create flyers, go around your community, pass out, hand those flyers out, talk to people, tell them, hey, I'm trying to buy some cars, so, if you know anybody who wants to sell their car or whatever, just have them holler at me, and, they give them a flyer. Boom. If they know anybody, they're going to tell it. If they want to sell their car, they're going to sell it. They're going to sell it to you. If you don't know anybody, a lot of people are like, a lot of people, got to remember, people come up on hard times. They come up on hard times, and they're looking for a way out. They have no way out. They can't go down to the bank and get a loan. They can't go to the title company and get a title loan, because they done been down there so many times and they done screwed that up. So the title company don't want to give them no money. Their credit might be bad. A lot of people have bad credit. Instead of taking advantage of a lot of these opportunities, black men sit around and just, they want to be the king. They want to be the king. I don't want to work with any kings. You know what I mean? I understand a brother want to call himself a king, but just try, just be a prince, man. Be a prince of the kingdom, instead of the king of the trash heap. You know, be be the prince of the kingdom, black man. I know that you know, hey, you have no idea. So a lot of times, just don't pay these brothers no attention if they're if you know, y'all gotta learn how to read body language also. Learn how to read somebody's body language. You know, a lot of people expose themselves through their body language. You know, the way if they have their head up in the air, that's not necessarily a good sign. Because anybody who knows anything about martial arts are going to chop you in the throat for having your head up in the air. You know, so you want to keep your head level. You don't want to have your head up. You want to keep your head level. You know, you got to be able to, you got to understand people's body language and the way they, you know, the way they move, the way they act, the way they talk. I mean, you can read people, you know, just by your own demeanor. If your demeanor is cool, calm, and collect, you're always gonna be able to read somebody else. You know, somebody else's demeanor. You can easily tell when that person is not having a great day. You know. Anyway, I know I've said enough on this video, but like I said, black man, don't show your cards too fast. You know, laughter, happiness, or anger. Think about that. And hit the comment section. On the note, I want to say peace. Get on the 5 steps.